Hello and welcome back. In the previous video, we have talked on environmental uncertainty, and in this video, we are going to talk on stakeholders. Well, before I talk about stakeholders, I have a question. I think many of us watch YouTube. Now, what makes YouTube a popular media outlet? So normally, what is it that we watch in YouTube? You have entertainment and you have education. Well, let's not get into the details of what percentage of population watch on entertainment and what percentage of population watch educative videos. It's not in our arena. Now the point is, whether it is entertainment videos or whether it is education, the YouTube videos are a major hit. In the sense, it is a success. Now, one factor in the success of this YouTube is managing the stakeholder relationships. Example, the viewers, celebrities, public forces, and so on. So this itself says that how important a stakeholder is to an organization. Now let us define what is an organizational stakeholder. Now any constituency in an organization's environment that is affected by the organization's decisions and actions is called a stakeholder. So if you say constituencies there, then I should say stakeholders here. Now, not only that, there is a possibility, in fact, a strong possibility that organization also gets affected by some forces, by some external forces. Even those are also the things that comes under stakeholders. Now, let us see who are all that come under stakeholders. So, you have customers, you have suppliers, and you have competitors, public pressure groups, government, media, communities, unions. Well, I think I can't count on the number. You have a long list in your textbook. Well, that's fine. These are some of the things which I could remember and then write here. Well, let us try to match the definition that we have studied now to this. I have said that there are some forces that could impact organization. Now, you take government, you take public pressure groups, and you take media, for example. So, these three things, they can impact organization, and therefore, they also come under stakeholders. And at the same time, organizational decisions and actions can impact employees. Where are employees here? Oh, well, oh my God, I forgot the most important point here. Employees are the main stakeholders of any organization. I'm sorry. And then you have shareholders as well. Please understand, shareholders and stakeholders are different. Many students will get confused. Shareholders or stockholders, both are one and the same, and these are one among so many entities that could come under stakeholders. Alright, so now we are talking about organizations' decisions and actions. Well, obviously, let's take an example where an organization wants to give a 1-month bonus or maybe a 2 months bonus. It impacts employees. Let's take an example of the same organization. Due to the turbulent environment, it will scrap the variable pay. Again, it will impact employees. So likewise, to understand the stakeholders definition, you should be clear that any constituency in the organization's environment affected by organization's decisions and actions. That is one definition. Also, the definition is the forces that impact organization also need to be considered under a stakeholders umbrella. Now, having understood the importance of stakeholders and who are all the stakeholders, let us see what are the steps in managing stakeholder relationships. Number one, now why should you manage stakeholder relationships? Why is that matters? Now, because it is the right thing to do. We have clearly seen the example here, the YouTube example. Number two, identify them. Identify the stakeholders' needs, what do they need, what are their competencies, so on and so forth. And then number three, you categorize them like less important, mediocrely important, and more important. You need to categorize. And then number four, after all these steps, if you feel that a respective stakeholder is really good enough, then rather than just acknowledging their existence in the environment, it is always advisable to invite him for partnership. So this is how you manage stakeholder relationships. All right. So therefore, in this session, we have talked about stakeholders definition, an example, what are all the terms that come under stakeholders, and then we have seen the 4 steps to manage stakeholder relationships. So with this, we have completed the external constraints in an organization, that is environment. In the next video, we are going to talk on organizational culture. That's all for now. Thank you.